Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please let me know when you see my screen. I think you guys are seeing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Okay. Till today I supposed to start this one. I believe I am correct. Okay. Mark this one as very, 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 very important. You will get the question on this time. This is the amendment happened 3 years back. You will get the question on this. You will get the question either to calculate the cost of acquisition or to calculate the capital gain, or you may ask to calculate the tax payable on this transaction. Any of three chances are there. You may get the question. Okay. See, it's very simple, but you need to have some concentration in understanding the things here. Okay, when Arun Jaitley was the finance minister, do you guys believe that he was the finance minister before Nirmala Sitharaman, and before that there were one more finance minister was there? No.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before that Arun Jaitley was there. Okay, during the tenure of the Jaitley, he introduced one of the the provision for determining the cost of acquisition of certain specified securities. It is talking about what? Securities. Which security? The specified security. Okay. Specified security. What are those specified security means? Okay. The specified security is the listed shares, shares of equity or unit of equity oriented mutual fund, and unit of business trust. These three are the specified securities. Okay. If whenever you are going to sell these securities, you have the special tax treatment, provided it should be long-term capital gain, long-term capital asset. What is that? Long-term capital asset. These things. First thing. What are those specified securities? Listed equity shares, unit of equity oriented mutual fund, or unit of business trust. Okay, they will give the wording same as it is. You need not have to probe into what is business trust and other things. They will give exactly the same words if they give. Normally, they will give listed equity shares. Okay, they will not give listed equity shares. They will give the shares have been listed in Bombay Stock Exchange, like that they will give. Okay, you need to understand that it is listed. If I will stick on to the equity shares part, the same logic applicable to other two, whatever I have discussed. Whenever you sell the listed equity shares, you will get the special tax treatment on the capital gains, whatever we derive or we earn, provided. Please concentrate these
sir,
words.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute, sir. Siddhartha, let Vani ma'am come to class, sir. Please allow her. She is waiting in lobby from
Yeah,
long
yes,
time.
yes, yes, yes. She joined.
Everyone.
She joined.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Provided at if at the time of purchase or the acquisition and at the time of sale, if you have paid the security transaction tax. One second. One second. Whoever possible, please switch on your webcam so that you guys can concentrate neatly on this provision, because it is very important. You will get the question on this. Okay. See what I was telling. The listed equity shares, if you want to sell, you will get the special tax treatment provided at the time of acquisition as well as at the time of sale. You should have paid the security transaction tax. If you have paid the security transaction tax of the listed shares which you are going to sell, then you will get the special tax treatment at the subsidized rate. This is the first thing. Second thing, you will not be eligible to have the index cost. Indexation benefit is not available for this transaction. Normally, for the long-term capital gains, the long-term capital asset indexation benefit is available. For this, indexation benefit is not available. Third thing, there is a mechanism to arrive at the cost of acquisition. You need not have to have the cost of acquisition, whatever you have made at the time of purchase, whatever the payment you have made, it is not necessarily you should take the same cost of acquisition. You will have to arrive it differently. How to arrive at? Please take down. Please take down. I will tell you what are all the things. Please take down. Write the heading. Write the heading. Cost of acquisition of specified securities. Cost of acquisition of specified securities. Okay. Next line. Next line. Higher of the following. Higher of the following. Higher of the following. In that first small letter A, A1, capital letter A, whatever you want, but write 1 or A. A. Cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition. Put 3 intos. Put 3 intos at the right hand corner of the sheet. Put 3 intos right hand corner of the sheet. In line with, in the same row, put 3 intos. Okay. Next line. Next line. Write it in capital letters. No. Write it in capital letters and underline. Okay. Lower of the following. Lower of the following. Lower of the following. In that, you give the name which is different from what you have written above. If you have written 1, you give the name A. If you have written 1, A, you write it 1. Roman letter 1. If you have taken as A. Don't have the same numbers. They should be different. Okay. They should be those two should be different. Okay. Next, in that first one, fair market value, FMV, as on 31st January 2018, FMV as on 31st Jan 2018. Leave some space. Put 3 intos, not below the into whatever you have written. Even left to that, you put 3 intos. Left to that, you put 3 intos, not below that intos. Okay. Next, second one, selling price. Selling price. Put the 3 intos below the previous intos, whatever you have given, no? In the first and second case, in the first case, put below that one. And what, whichever is lower, that amount, whichever is lower, put 3 intos on the right hand corner where you have put the first intos, 3 intos. Below that, put 3 intos. That means you are comparing these two, and whichever is less, you are putting there. Okay. Now you have in the outer column 2 values. You need to compare those two. Whichever is higher will be the cost of acquisition for your shares. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Let me repeat once again, because this is very crucial and critical. See, whenever you are going to sell the listed shares, you will get the subsidized rate of tax, capital gain tax. Okay. Which asset it should be? It should be long term. First thing, it should be long term. Second one, the specified securities means listed securities, unit of equity oriented mutual fund, and unit of business trust. Whatever we have calculated now, it is applicable for those 3 also. For all those 3, it is applicable. How to identify the cost of acquisition? First, we need to compare the 2. Okay. Whichever is less, we will compare with the actual cost of acquisition. Of those, whichever is higher, I will take it as cost of acquisition. Are you guys understanding? We will compare the 2 things. Whichever is lower, I will compare the same thing with the actual cost of acquisition. Out of those 2, whichever is higher, I will take it as cost of acquisition. Okay. Now, how to calculate cost of acquisition? The first one, higher of the following. Higher of the following means the first one, actual cost of acquisition. Assume that actual cost of acquisition you have paid 1,000 rupees per share. How much? 1,000 rupees per share you have paid, and you have purchased in the year 2016-17 those shares. You have paid 1,000 per share. I am not at all talking about the number of shares. I am only talking about the what is the price paid per share. Okay, when we get that per price per share, when you multiply the number of shares, you will get the total value. Okay, the cost of acquisition, whatever you have paid to acquire one share, assume that it is 1,000 rupees. You have purchased in the year 2016-17 for an example. You need to compare this 1,000 rupees with the other two, whichever is less. Okay, what are the other two? We have to compare the other two. Of these two, whichever is less, you need to compare with the 1,000 rupees. Whichever is higher in those two, you should take it as cost of acquisition. Okay, now what are the other two elements we need to compare? First one, least of the following we need to take it. Least means lower of the following two we need to consider. Out of this, the first one is the fair market value as on 31st January 2018. Assume that the fair market value as on 2018, 31st January 2018 is 1,800 per share. Okay. Second one, what is the amount to which you are selling the shares? Assume the selling price per share is 2,400. Out of these two, which is the least one?
First one.
No, out of these two, first one means what? 1,800. Okay. Now you compare 1,800 with the actual cost of acquisition 1,000. Which is the highest one?
Sir, 1,000.
1,800 is the highest one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You need to take 1,800 as your actual cost of acquisition, not 1,000. 1,800 you need to take. Multiplied by whatever the shares you are selling, multiplied with that, you will get the cost of acquisition. Okay, understood? I given the figures also. I explained the provision with the figures.
Yes, sir.
Very, very important thing. Whatever be the case, if it is long term, you should not have the indexation for this transaction. No indexation benefit is applicable. Very critical. They will give the index. Don't consider the index. Second thing, at the time of purchase and at the time of sale also, you should have paid security transaction tax on the shares. What I told, can anyone repeat? What I
During
told?
the time of acquisition of the shares, we need to pay the STT also.
At the time of acquisition also, at the time of sale also, you should have paid STT, security transaction tax, only with respect to shares. With respect to units, only you should have paid STT at the time of sale, not at the time of purchase. It is okay. Only for shares, both time you should have paid. Units only at the time of sale. Understood? Third thing, now you will get the capital gain. How you will get the capital gain? Whatever the sale consideration minus cost of acquisition, how we arrived. Sale consideration minus cost of acquisition is nothing but your gain. Yes or no? Sale consideration minus cost of acquisition is gain, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Assume you have sold 500 shares. 500 shares. What is the sale price I told?
1800.
2,400 I told.
Oh, sir.
2,400 into 5,000 shares, how much?
Mm.
2,400 into 5,000.
1 crore 20 lakh.
1 crore 20 lakhs minus cost of acquisition 1,800 into 5,000. How much?
90 lakh.
90 lakhs. What is the difference?
30 lakh.
30 lakh is the difference. Is capital gain more than 1 lakh?
Yes.
Yes. In that case, your capital gain in excess of 1 lakh, whatever it is, in excess of 1 lakh, for that you need to pay tax at the rate of 10%. What is the percent?
10%.
10%. On which amount?
29 lakh.
29 lakhs. In excess of 1 lakh, whatever is there, you need to pay on that. Okay.
That is for the shares 2 times, no sir, at the payment and the receivable. You're telling STT.
STT for the shares you should have paid the at the time of acquisition and at the time of sale also. Security transaction tax.
Yes sir.
Whatever we are calculating now is the income tax. Both are different.
Okay.
The security transaction tax may be 0.01% may be there. In income tax is 10% in excess of 1 lakh capital gains. Okay, you will get the question on this 100% because there is a lot of calculations involved and many things you need to remember also. Hence, chances of getting question is more on this 112A. Sir, you told about long term. What if it is the short term? You guys are understanding. First, we complete this one. Long term, I will read out the provision. Then I will come back to the short term. This long-term capital gain, whatever we have discussed, it will be chargeable to tax under section 112A, capital letter A, 112A. Can anyone tell me where we read this, where we use this 112A? If you guys remember where I told 112A, few problems also we solved.
PGMP?
No. Remember the tax rates, surcharge, 10%, 15%, 25%, 37%.
Yes,
Where
sir.
we saw no 112A, 111A,
Yes, sir.
dividend. You guys have forgotten all these things. This is what I was referring to. Understood?
You had made us to write a note also, sir.
Yeah, I told them. I know where and all I have told whatever their things.
This rebate under section 87A is not applicable to LTCG chargeable to tax under section 112A.
Yeah, this is what That one. And this is about 87-year rebate. The surcharge 10%, 15%, 25%, and 37% also we calculated, no?
Yes, sir. If
In
the
that-
total income is chargeable to tax under 112A,
In that the maximum surcharge
maximum
is
surcharge
15%.
15%.
15% only. Okay. Now I will go to the provision. We will see what the provision says. See, tax on long-term capital gain in case of specified securities, section 112A, applicable to which securities it is applicable? Sale of equity shares. Listed. Madam, mute ಮಾಡಿ.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬೈಯೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, everyone.
Applicable on sale of equity shares listed on a recognized stock exchange. This is about the listed shares. The unit of equity oriented fund, the second one, and the third one is unit of business trust, where such sale transaction is chargeable to security transaction tax. Okay. Prior to 1/4/2018, any LTCG on sale of such specified securities was exempt. Earlier, the long-term capital gain of securities used to be exempted. Now they bought into tax net. Okay, that's what they have told. As per this new section, where the total income of an assessee includes any LTCG income, shall now be taxed at the rate of which percent? How much percent?
10%.
10% of what? Of what amount? On such capital gain exceeding rupees 1 lakh. We got 30 lakhs, but we are going to pay tax on 29 lakhs. Excess will be taxed. They are told. The benefit of indexation shall not be allowed. Have I told?
Yes.
You should have written also this one. Okay. They will give the indexation factor to test you. They will give the answer without indexation, with indexation, both. If you solve it with indexation, you will get the answer. Don't stick to that answer because indexation is not available. I am stressing all these things. Okay. Next, deduction under chapter 6A shall also be not available. We haven't done. That is why I am not touching this one. And rebate, we already completed. 87A rebate is also not applicable to this long-term capital gain. Okay. Next, how to find out the cost of acquisition? They have told shall be deemed to be the higher of the following. Higher of the following means first cost of acquisition, 3 intos, or lower of the following. Out of these two, whichever is lower, that will be compared with this cost of acquisition. Whichever is higher, we will take it as cost of acquisition. Okay. Fair market value as on 31st January 2018, or actual sale consideration. Actual sale consideration means 2,400 in our case. This one 2,400. This is 1,800. Actual cost of acquisition 1,000. This 1,000 is to be compared with 2,400 and 1,800. Whichever is less, 1,800. That 1,800 should be compared with 1,000. Whichever is higher, 1,800 is to be taken as cost of acquisition. Okay. At times, this note only they will give in the MCQ. Fair market value means we know that on the 31st January 2018, the fair market value is to be considered. Which time fair market value to be considered is at the beginning of the stock exchange or at the closing of the stock exchange? That's the question. For that, the legislation has clarified that during the day, what is the highest rate quoted for that share, that is to be taken as fair market value. Okay.
Sir, why they have only mentioned January 31st?
That is the cutoff date.
Okay.
Because on February 1st, I think the budget has happened. In that budget, they made the amendment to this. Hence, 31st January is the cutoff date.
Okay, but even now it is.
Yes. 31st January 2018's fair market value only you need to consider.
Okay, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we solve one problem they are given. Illustration 11. What you need to remember, only for shares at the time of purchase and at the time of sale, you should have paid the security transaction tax. For unit, only at the time of sale, if you have paid the security transaction tax, STT is enough. How much is to be tax? Whatever the capital gain we get in excess of 1 lakh, that excess will be taxable. At what rate? 10%. Indexation? No indexation.
No indexation.
Okay, remember these simple 3-4 points. Okay, Mr. Raman is a salaried employee. In the month of January 2014, he purchased how many shares? 100 shares of rupees of X Limited at rupees 1,400 per share. That means this is the cost of acquisition, 1,400. These shares were sold through BSE on 21st April 21st. 2021 at rupees. How much the selling price? 2,600. In our case, we have taken 2,400. Now they have given 2,600. I told cost of acquisition in our example 1,000. I took. Here they have given 1,400. The highest price of X Limited share quoted on January 31st. This date only they will give. Was rupees 1,800. In our case also it was 1,800. Now you need to compare 2,600 and 1,800. Whichever is less, which is the least one?
1,800.
1,800. This 1,800 need to be compared with this 1,400. Highest of these two you should take. What is the highest one? 1,800. 1,800 into how many shares?
100 shares.
100 shares means what is the value? 18 lakhs.
18,000.
1,80,000 is the cost of acquisition. What is the selling price? 2,600 into 100 shares. What is the cost? What is the sale value?
2,60,000.
2,60,000. 2,60,000 minus 1,80,000. How much is the capital gain?
80,000.
How much is the tax?
No tax.
0. Why?
Because it is less
Sort of.
It is less than 1 lakh.
lakh.
Thus, the cost of acquisition of shares shall be 1,80,000. Correct? Accordingly, long-term capital gain in the hands of Raman would be 80,000. Since the long-term capital gain does not exceed 1 lakh, nothing is taxable. Easy?
Yes, sir.
Good. Next. short-term capital gain of specified securities, section 111A. 111A. In this case, the same thing, if it is short-term, tax rate becomes 15% instead of 10%. But that 1 lakh slab is not applicable here. Whatever the short term you get, you will have to pay 15%. Even if you get 10 rupees gain, you will have to pay 15% on that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I think there ends capital gain. If I am correct, there ends capital gain. We will see. And please write down few things, because many people will commit mistake on these things. Okay. See. Indexation benefit is not applicable to the following transactions. Please write down. You need not have to index. You are not allowed indexation. What are those things? Okay. First one, LTCG taxable under section 112A, which we discussed now. For that, indexation is not applicable.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಲೈನ್ ಹೇಳಿ.
Indexation is not applicable on the following transaction. First one, the transaction which is chargeable to tax under section 112A. Second one, slump sale under section 50B. 50 capital letter B, slump sale. You will not allow indexation. Third one, bonds, debentures, and other interest-bearing securities. For which indexation is not applicable. Even though if they give index factor, don't calculate with happily and take the wrong answer and come. Don't do that one. These things you need to remember. I think if they have given, I will tell you. If they haven't given, please remember whatever I have told. Okay, these three. I think we have done with the capital gain, I believe.
Yes, sir. The case studies that is this last.
No, I'm just scrolling down. See, you guys need to solve all these problems. Okay.
Sure, sir.
I may not able to solve all the problems, all the provisions, line by line, I cannot go. You guys can understand.
Yes, sir.
This one, fourth one, we will see. How to identify the short term or long term, okay? Because that is most important. House property, how much period we need to see?
$24 months.
If less than 24 or less, it is short term. More than 24, it is long term.
Sir, what is it given in the first column? LMNPP.
That is the name of Vani, Siddharth, Nagaraj, like that.
Okay.
Your name is missing. Don't worry.
No,
There are two P's are there. One you can take. Diamond or listed shares. What is there in taking? Okay. See, asset house property. We need to ascertain whether it is short term or long term depending on the period of holding. If the period of holding is 24 months or less, then it is short term. More than 24 months, it is long term. Listed shares, 12 months. Above 12 months, long term. Below 12 months, it is short term. Units of equity oriented mutual fund, same 12 months. Diamonds, other asset. You guys have forgotten all these things. Oof. See, here, other asset, it falls here, diamonds. 36 months. Okay. Next, listed shares, again, they are given 2 times, 12 months. Please remember the period of holding. Practical MCQ. If you want, you can try 1 or 2. Capital asset excludes all except what?
Jewelry.
Stock in trade. Stock in trade is capital asset?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No. Stock in trade is not the capital asset. Personal effects, your watch, mobile, your car, motor vehicle?
No.
No. Agricultural land in India? Urban, yes. Rural, no. Jewelry, obviously it is yes.
Yes.
It is covered under capital asset. Listed securities, how many months we need to see?
12 months.
12 months. 12 months. Okay. I think we can move on to lessons roundup. Okay, done. Next chapter reading, right? Income from other sources, IFOS. IFOS, income from other source. Okay, in this chapter, I will only do gift. I will not do other things. You guys need to study because the gift is the little bit, what do you call? Some challenging gift. You will get the question on gift. That's why I'm doing that one. Can I take 5 minutes break? Now it is 5:23. I will come back at 5:30.
Sure, sir.
Please be online. Don't leave. Again join. Okay. Please be online. I will have some water and come back. Thank you. I'm back, friends. Have you guys had snacks, drink, coffee? Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
See, technically we completed 4 hits: salary, house property, capital gain, and business and profession. Today I will complete, please mute. Today I will complete the other source also, in particular gift. Okay. Once we complete, I have completed all the 5 heads. Then I will take up the maybe TDS first. Then I will come back to set off and carry forward. Then I will do 3 or 4 sections of the deductions, which are important. Frequently it comes in the examination. I will do 4 or 5 sections of the 80 section 80 deduction. Once I done, and I'm almost completed the income tax, except few chapters. In that few chapters, once I complete GST, I will come back to mainly 2 chapters. One is AMT. Before AMT, I will have to do some SEZ and MAT, minimum alternate tax. I will only do these things if the time permits, once I complete the GST. Okay, other things, the filing of return of income, the due dates, appeals, everything you guys have to read. TCS, those things you guys have to read. Okay, because I don't have time also to complete those simple chapter. Maybe if time permits, I will do interest under section 234 ABC along with the advanced tax. Okay. Next chapter, income from other sources, IFO. Yes, income from other source. In this chapter, whatever it is not covered under this specific chapter, whatever we have discussed till date, like salary, house property, PGBP, capital gains, the rest of the incomes will taxed under this head. Okay. Next, gift means what? Gift means what? Sorry?
Udugare, sir.
Is there any written, what do you call, consideration to be paid?
No.
No.
No consideration. Okay. If there is no consideration, if you receive something without giving anything in return, that is called as gift. It is also taxable under this head. If you receive anything other than from relatives, from whom it is taxable, from whom you receive gift, it is taxable.
Other than relatives.
Other than relatives. Then the definition of relatives becomes important. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Who are all relatives? First we will see that one. Then I will come back to the main provision. Okay. This is from relatives. First I will finish off that one. Relatives in case of individuals. Relatives in case of individuals. See, relatives in case of individuals. Spouse of that individual. If you are a gentleman, your wife. If you are a lady, your husband is the spouse. Brother or sister. Your brother, your sister. Brother or sister of the spouse of that individuals. Your husband's brother, husband's sister, your wife's sister, wife's brother. Okay. Brother or sister of either of the parents. That means your father's brother, sister, your mother's brother, sister. Any lineal ascendant or descendant of that individual. Lineal ascendant means your grandparents. Lineage descendant means your children and all. Okay. Lineal ascendant or descendant of the spouse, your wives or husbands. Lineal ascendants or descendants. See, normally you will get the question on brother or sister or the brother or sister spouse. Normally. Okay, you will get the what you call some sentence relating to this, and you will be asked whether it is taxable or not. If it is taxable, how much is the tax amount? If any amount received from relatives is 100% exempt, it is not at all taxable. That's the reason why we need to know who are all relatives. Okay, spouse, we will not go in detail. That relative means we understood. Okay, next, what is taxable? What is taxable? If you are receiving any money, sum of money, please write A is cash. A is cash. Any sum of money. Cash means it is through bank account also, specified modes also, hard cash also, whatever it is. If you receive any cash without consideration, obviously gift is not without consideration. Gift is obviously without consideration. The aggregate value, which how much, what are all the things we need to aggregate? Aggregate value means the period from 1st April to 31st March. If you have received on 1st April, 45,000. On 31st March at 11:40, you received 10,000, 55,000. If it exceeds 50,000, the whole of the aggregate value is taxable. How much? Whole of that aggregate. I mean to say, in our example, it is 55,000 is entirely taxable. From whom you receive it is taxable? Other than relatives. And they have given some list. If you receive cash in those situations, it is not taxable. Okay, that list, let me read. Okay, if you receive cash other than relatives, from relative it is fully exempt. Other than relatives, if you receive, okay, if it is on the occasion of your marriage, then it is exempt. If you receive under a will, if you receive cash under a will or by inheritance, that is also exempt. If you receive any cash or any immovable property or movable property, all these things are, it applies to movable and immovable both, including cash. Okay, in contemplation of death of the payer or donor, then also it is not taxable. If you receive anything from any local authority, anything in a sense, cash, movable property, immovable property, okay, from local authority, it is exempt. If you receive from any fund or foundation or university or trust, any hospital, if you receive anything, it is also exempted. From or by any trust or institution which is registered under section 12A, then also it is exempted. By any fund or trust or institution or any university or other education institution, then also it is exempted. Any transaction which is not treated as transaction under capital gains, that is also exempted. We saw a few list: gift, will, inheritance, non-resident, transferring what is called deep discount bonds and other things outside India from one non-resident to another non-resident. I showed the exam question also. Those transactions, it is also not taxable. from an individual by a trust created or established solely for the benefit of that individual, then it is not taxable. Any such class of persons and subject to such conditions as may be prescribed, they have given. Okay. If you receive anything from these fellows, these persons or entities, then whatever the gift you receive in the form of cash or in the form of immovable property or in the form of movable property, it is not taxable. Sir, if everything is included, why the tax? If you receive anything from your friend, not on the occasion of marriage, see, only marriage gift is exempted. You guys celebrate birthdays? You paste what do you call? Ice the cake on the faces and all you guys do?
Yes, sir.
On that occasion, if you get any gold chain from any friend, it is taxable. Cash, taxable. Mobile, taxable. Okay? Remember all these things. It is only given on the occasion of marriage. Other than marriage, any gift received, it is taxable. The question is on the marriage also, other than marriage also they will give. In the marriage, they will give non-relative. Okay, other than marriage, they will, other than marriage, they will give relatives. In the marriage, they will give other than relative. Like that, they will give. Confuse. Don't get confused. In marriage, if you receive from anyone, it is not taxable. Okay.
But gift received in any other function
Any other function in
other than marriage is taxable.
taxable. Okay. The first one, cash. If you receive in aggregate from 1st April to 31st March, in aggregate, if you receive above 50,000, whole of the amount received is taxable. This is cash. If you receive any immovable property like land or building, if you receive that without consideration, then if the stamp duty value of that property exceeds 50,000, then it is taxable. Sir, I paid few of the consideration. 50% I paid. I did not pay another 50%. Then you need to compare. What is that difference is exceeding 50,000 or amount equal to 10% of the consideration. Amount equal to 10% of the consideration. 10% of the consideration means whatever the amount you have paid, of that 10%. Okay, 3 figures you need to take. First one, see, I will give you the numerics. The property value is 10 lakhs. You have paid 50%. Assume that 50% comes to 5 lakhs. The another 50%, it is gift. Now you have to see this 50,000, 5 lakhs. Is it exceeding 50,000? Yes. Then you have to take 50,000 as one value, or equal to 10% of the consideration. How much consideration you have paid? 5 lakhs. Of the 10% is how much? 50,000. Third one, the difference between the stamp duty value of such property and the consideration. The stamp duty value is 12 lakhs and you have paid the consideration only 5 lakhs. The difference 7 lakhs. That is chargeable to tax. Okay. Which one is the chargeable to tax? Higher comes to 7 lakh. That is chargeable to tax. What is chargeable to tax? In case of immovable property with consideration or inadequate consideration, first thing, whatever the amount you have paid, of that 10%. Second one, 50,000. Third one, whatever the consideration you have paid, you need to compare with the stamp duty value. Take the difference of those two. Of these three, whichever is higher, you should be taxed. Okay. Next. Any property other than immovable, that means movable property. Movable property without consideration, if the value exceeds 50,000, the entire market value of that property is taxable. If you have paid some consideration, the inadequacy part means what? The value of that goods is 1 lakh. You have paid 25,000. 75,000 becomes inadequate. If that inadequacy is more than 50,000, then whatever the value, the inadequate value, entire value is taxable.
Not excess to 50,000, full entire value.
Entire value.
Okay, sir.
Entire value is taxable. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We will see, because we have completed early this one. We will see. See another one in case of other source. Please note this one. You might get question on this also. The family pension. Family pension is taxable under other source, and deduction will be available. And deduction will be available from the family pension to the extent of the least of the following. To the extent of the least of the following. Assume that you have received the not you, someone has received the family pension. Okay. 4 lakhs they have received during the year. What is meant by family pension? See, the person who himself has worked and got retired and received the pension is taxable under the head salary. What is that? You guys worked in an organization, you have retired and you are receiving the pension. That pension is taxable in the hands of in the under the head salaries. Family pension means if some person was working in one of the organization, he was receiving the pension. Unfortunately, his demise has happened. The family is receiving the pension now. Whatever the pension received by the family is called as family pension. That will be taxable under the head income from other source. Whatever the pension they receive minus deduction. Deduction is how much? Now we are going to discuss. Okay. Least of the following will be allowed as deduction. Please write. Least of the following is allowed as deduction.
Sir, is this related to this chapter?
Yes,
No,
yes, yes. Income from other source.
Okay.
Okay. Actual amount of family pension minus deduction. Deduction, least of the following is allowed as deduction. You guys. See. Assume that you have received, someone has received family pension of 4 lakhs. Okay, you will get the deduction. Deduction. List of the following is allowed. Allowed as deduction. List of the following. I will just take that one. Okay, out of that, A, 1/3 of family pension. 1/3 of family pension means 1/3 of this amount. How much it comes? 1,33,333. Okay, instead of that, I will take 4,50,000. Okay, 4,50,000 you have received the family pension. Out of that, least of the following is deductible. 1/3 of that is the first one. That comes to 1,50,000. B, rupees 15,000. Out of these two, which is the least one?
15,000.
15,000 you will have to write, and it will be chargeable to tax. 4,35,000 is chargeable to tax. If you receive the family pension, assume that only 1 lakh during the year, 1,20,000 during the year, then how much is to be taxable? Can you guys calculate and let me know? If anyone has received the family pension in a year, 1,20,000, how much is to be taxable?
1,05,000.
How?
Least of the following 15,000.
You forgot to calculate 1/3 of that 120.
1/3 comes to
40,000.
65,000, sir.
40,000 it comes. 40 and
Yes.
55 you need to compare. Okay, 1,05,000. If you have received 50,000 family pension, then not 50,000, 45,000. Then how much is taxable?
2,000.
46,000.
30,000 is taxable. Okay, if you have received 25,000, then or 30,000 for that matter.
15,000.
15,000.
And directly my
30,000. 1/3 is 10,000. 10,000, 15,000, whichever is less, 10,000. 30 minus 10,000, 20,000 is taxable. Okay. Let me see that provision, because you will get question on that also. See, family pension. Okay, 1/3 of such pension or rupees 15,000, whichever is lower is allowed as standard deduction. Understood? Okay.
Sir, and this pension yearly it will be calculated or per month?
No. If they give per month, you need to convert the number of months outstanding till 31st March.
Okay, 31st March. Yes, sir.
Till 31st March, you need to calculate.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you. December 21 paper I have opened. I want to show you the questions on other source, especially other source.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
If they given for the pension for the 10 months means you should calculate only for the 10 months, sir. ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಈಗ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್? ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾರ ಜೂನ್ ಜುಲೈ ಇಂದ ಬಂದ್ರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ
ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ.
Miss Vinita has reported the following transactions. Okay. What the question? She asked you to determine and find out the amount chargeable to tax in her hands in the for the assessment year 21-22. How much amount is to be chargeable to tax? She is asking. It should be Miss Vani. By mistake, they have given Vanita. Okay. See, first one. Received cash gift. What is that provision? Cash gift provision?
Excess of 50,000. Whatever.
Excess of 50,000 received from other than relative is taxable.
Yes.
Yes.
If you received the same cash in the form of gift on the occasion of marriage,
It's not
Fully
taxable.
not taxable. Okay. Received cash gift on the occasion of her marriage on 21/3/2001 of rupees 2,25,000. How much is taxable?
Nil.
Nil.
Nothing.
It includes rupees 30,000 received from non-relatives. Then how much is taxable?
Nil.
Nil, sir.
Nil. Nil. Occasion of marriage is nil.
Nil.
Next. On 2/12/2020, being her birthday, she received gift from account pay check of rupees 81,000. How much is taxable? From her mother's brother.
Nil.
Mother's brother.
It can be, but excess of
How
Nil, sir. Nil.
So exempt.
Yes. It may be, don't be like that. No, not allowed in tax. Now tell me whether mother's brother is covered under relative.
Yes.
Yes.
Covered?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Next. Is it confusing? Started to confuse?
No, not
Confused.
sir.
Confused start ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. Okay.
ಇನ್ನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ sir.
On 1st October 2020, she acquired a vacant site from her friend for rupees 8,15,000. Okay, the stamp duty authority fixed the value of rupees 9,50,000. Is it termed as deemed to be gift or not?
it's not gift.
No.
See, gift
Adequate consideration.
gift comes two part. One is without consideration, another one is inadequate consideration.
This is consideration.
For immovable property, we need to compare three things.
1,35,000.
What are those three? 50,000.
10%.
Second one, 10% of 8,15,000. Third thing, difference of 950 minus 8,15,000. Whichever is higher. Which is the highest one?
Last one, 1,35,000.
1,35,000. One side, keep that one. 1,35,000 is taxable.
Yes.
Okay. She bought 1,000 shares. Is it immovable, movable, or cash shares? shares movable or immovable?
Immovable.
Ooh. ನಿಮ್ ಪಾದ ಜೆರಾಕ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕಳಿಸಿ.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ.
Shares
Movable.
immovable or movable? Movable.
Movable.
Immovable only two, land and building. All are immovable only. Okay. She bought 1,000 equity shares of a listed company from Mona. Give me a Sona. ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು Mona. On 5th October 2020 for rupees 7 lakhs. Okay, she paid 7 lakhs. The market value of that is 7,65,000. What is the amount? Is it exceeding 50,000?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. First one. Second thing, is it the inadequate consideration?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. In that case, if the inadequate consideration is more than 50,000, then the entire thing is taxable difference. How much is the difference?
65,000.
65. And
65,000.
now total me how much is taxable? Total of 4 transactions. What is the total amount to be taxable?
2 lakh.
2 lakh.
2 lakh? How come? 135 and 65.
135 plus 65. Sir.
Okay. You guys need to tell that. What is the option?
A.
Option A. Question number 30. Okay. Question number 30. What is the answer?
A.
A. Correct?
Yeah.
Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Sir, the last one I have a doubt, sir.
See, in case of movable property, if
Yes, sir.
it is a inadequate consideration, the difference of inadequate, if it exceeds 50,000, that difference is entire difference is taxable.
Like 55,000 if they have done, 5,000 is taxable.
No. Entire difference is taxable.
Whole 55,000.
Yes.
Sir, but in this question, full. In this question, was it?
No. I am not hearing. There is some disturbance.
Sir, in this question, was it inadequate or there was
Inadequate only. 7,65,000 work. You have paid 7 lakhs.
Okay. So excess 65,000.
65,000 is taxable.
Okay.
Okay. There are so many things. This is clubbing. You guys need to see this chapter. This is set off and carry forward. I will come back to that. Okay. I think that is the only problem they have given. From income from other source. I told you no. Normally you will get the question on gift. Normally. We will see. I don't think you have. Next. June 21 paper. Can you guys calculate the capital gain? 23rd one. Manjula, age 62, sold a vacant land for rupees 45 lakhs 15,000. That is the sale consideration on 5/12/2021. This said land was acquired by her on 7/1/2019. 7/1/2019 means, is it long term or short term?
Short term, sir. 2021, 24 months.
24 months. Okay. Long term or short term?
Short term.
How?
Short term, sir.
Long
should be-
term. 2019 to 20, 20 to 21. January. They are selling at February. It is long term. Okay. If the property is long term, will you get indexation or not? Will you get indexation or not?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you will get the indexation. See, this question pertains to 21. Whatever the indexation they have given, we calculate according to that. Okay. Once we get the answer, we calculate according to the new indexation for this year.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Understood.
Huh.
Then 317 will calculate.
Yeah. He acquired for 28 lakhs. Now tell me, what is the index cost of acquisition for that?
Thirty lakh 10,000.
How?
28 lakh into 301 divided by 280.
280. Okay. You deduct that from 45 lakhs 15,000.
15 lakh 5,000.
15 lakhs 5,000. Okay. You see, if nothing is given, 15 lakhs 5,000 is the chargeable capital gain. Understood? Now we studied yesterday one section called as 54 EC. Do you guys by any chance remember few of the provisions? It should be long-term capital asset. It should be long-term capital asset. The gain should be long-term gain. And if you invest the gain in rural electrification bond or some other bonds, specified bonds, up to 50 lakhs, you will get the exemption. Okay. Here, how much he has deposited? 5 lakhs. Whatever the capital gain you got, deduct 5 lakhs.
So it's 10 lakh 5,000.
10 lakhs, 5,000. Okay. Problem number 23. Answer B. Problem number 23. Answer B. This
আমি ভেতর এটা বের করলাম, এর মধ্যে 3টে পোকা চলছিল।
পোকা? কি পোকা?
হোয়াইট পোকা,
Pooja,
কি
please
বলবো?
mute.
আমি জানি না। এবার যখন হয়ে যাবে তখন আসতে হবে, দেখতে হবে খুলে যে ওখানে কি পড়েছিল, কি হয়েছিল, যে ওখানে মানে হোয়াইট পোকা যেরকম চিকেন ফিকেন হয় সেরকম পোকা।
এটা তো ইউজই হয় না এখন।
Pooja,
এটা
please,
আপনার লাস্ট বেঁচে ছিল।
Pooja, please mute. Okay.
Sir,
For this year, this is 300 and how much it
70.
became?
70.
317. This could be same. This
Yes,
could
sir.
be same. Now instead of 21, they will put 22. They may give the same question. All other figures remain same. Instead of 21, they will put 22 and they will give 317. You need to calculate. Okay.
Sir, why we had to minus it, sir? 5 lakh, which
5
section?
lakh
it
is the exemption under capital gains under section 54 EC. If you
54.
invest the capital gains in any of the notified bonds within 6 months from the date of transfer. Sorry, when she has deposited, that you need to see. When she has deposited on 33, okay, within 6 months from this date to this date. It should not exceed 6 months. If it exceeds, you will not eligible for deduction.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there are few minute points you guys need to remember. I told yesterday also 6 months from the date of transfer. Huh. 28. Twenty-eighth. Now only today's
Okay.
class only we discussed.
So it's more a long term only, so no indexation.
What is the gain or loss?
The cost of acquisition is 8,40,000. 3 lakh. Five lakh 50,000 is this one into 100.
No. Don't do into 100 and all. You see, if the per value share is given, you need to multiply with the shares. If it is the total amount, you need not have to multiply with the shares.
Okay, sir. So cost of acquisition is 3 lakh.
How?
Those shares were acquired on.
Wrong.
Okay.
I mean to say, you're
No, sir,
telling.
no, in the while calculating cost of acquisition.
Yes, then fine. Then it's okay.
So 3 lakh, and lower of the following is fair market value is they've given 5 lakh 50, and selling price is which one? 8 lakh 40. So lower of those thing is 5 lakh 50. And 5 lakh 50 and 3 lakh, whichever is higher is 5 lakh 50.
Yes.
So
Between
that is the cost
550
of
and
acquisition.
840.
It's 2,90,000.
2,90,000.
Yeah,
Long term or short term?
Long term.
See, if they have given the indexation also, I told no, they will give the indexation also. Since it is the long term, don't blindly apply indexation. If you apply indexation, I think 231 or 388, 500, A and B answer may come if you apply indexation. Okay, you have to be very careful. See, there are many provisions are there. Okay, it is highly impossible to remember all. At least we can remember few things. Okay. There is no other source income in this. Good. Nothing is from other sources. '28. Okay. The apex court means Supreme Court. In the case of CIT versus CIT means Commissioner of Income Tax. CIT versus Equinox Solutions Private Limited. ITR means Income Tax
Return.
not return. It is not the return. ITR, it is related to some the legal aspect, not the return. Okay, ITR number 56 has held that don't bother. Has held that sale of a running business with all assets and liabilities. All assets and liabilities would be covered as, what is that? Is it the normal sale? Is it the slum sale? Is it the transfer of business, or it's the conversion of business?
B. Option B.
Huh?
Slum sale.
Running the business with all its assets and liabilities, not the unit.
Okay. Normal
Not
sale.
the unit. What is that? This one, CIT versus Unique Solutions Private Limited. Okay. Here only. See, Uninox Solution, Supreme Court, the assessee claimed that it had sold their entire business running in one go with all its liabilities at a slum sale price. The provisions of section of could not be applied to such sales. The court, they have given their verdict. Okay.
Sir, page
Yeah.
number 265, sir, in textbook.
265.
306 in the material. 306, sir. Directly.
Some sale. Have they given that case number?
Yes, sir. Below. Illustration 5 above.
This one. If an undertaking is sold as a running business with all assets and liabilities for a slump price, consideration in respect of a depreciable asset cannot be assessed as short-term capital gain under section 52. The apex court, however, opened that where the entire running business with assets and liabilities stood transferred in one go, such sale could not be treated as short-term capital assets, and it is in the nature of long-term capital gains. What is the solution?
They're only talking about short-term sale.
I want to know whether it is slump sale or not. See, the decision they give, the court will give the decision no on some criteria
Yes, sir.
after hearing the arguments. On what basis they give the decision, that is called as ratio decidendi. What is that?
Ratio decision.
Ratio decidendi. Ratio decidendi means on what points the judgment has been given. That I am searching. That I am searching here.
Okay.
Okay, according to me, it is not at all the slum sale, because slum sale, you can say slum sale also. In some slum sale, we normally sell one part of the unit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Facts they have given, issue they have given, held, dismissing the appeal of the revenue, the court and I don't know. Let me see and come back to you. According to me, it is not slum sale. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If
Okay.
if we want to see that answer, 28, question number 28, what is the answer?
It went up, sir.
They have given slum sale. Okay, they have treated as slum sale. We stick to that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See, many things. These things we haven't covered at all. I mean to say, we haven't concentrated. The question has come. That too, the latest attempt. I think I left one more problem. Mochi and Sons, HUF. You guys can try that one. I'm just seeing whether there is any income from other source.
ತರ್ಟಿಯತ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
30th ಇದೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಿ,
ಇದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಜಾಕಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಜಾಕಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೇಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಸಸ್. Okay, income from dividend. Specifically, it is included under the head income from other sources. Income from composite hiring of building with machinery. It is also income from other sources. Speculative business, not the business not the other source. It is this business income. Income from jockey means
Other source.
other source.
Or yes.
Then what are all the things involved? One is where 1, 3, 4. 1,
Dividend.
sorry, not 1, 2, 4. One thing. Otherwise, 1 and 4. Two options. The speculative business is not the other source income. It is the business income. 1 to 4. Where it is?
1, 2, 4 is not there, sir. 1, 3, 4.
Identify out of the following income which shall be chargeable to tax as income under the head income from other source. Dividend income. See, what is there? No. Before this year, I mean to say before 21-22 previous year, this dividend income was exempt. From this year, it is taxable under the head other source. Earlier, it was exempt.
Okay.
Earlier, it was exempt. On that basis, they have set a paper. If I go in that way, that means 2 and 4 may be options. 2 and 4 is also not there. Speculative business is not the other source. It is the business income. In business income, there are 3 kinds of business: normal business, speculative, and specified business. Three kinds of business.
Sir, hiring out of building, they've given here income from other source.
Yes, income from other source. This one.
Okay. Hiring, what does it meaning, sir? Like lending out machinery for other purposes?
See what happens now. In some cases, the company will hire the building along with the machine. If the whatever the business they are doing, it is not profitable, they will hire the machine along with the building.
Okay.
See, whatever your routine thing that comes under business, if it is not your routine things which is mentioned in your memorandum of association as the object clause, under the object clause, those things will fall under, other than the object clause, business will fall under other source. Okay. See, in this jockey also, sometimes the jockey business, the running of the owning and maintaining a race horses comes under business head. I normally take it as business head only. I will never take that one as other source, because if I do only the racing of my racing through my horses, that is my business. Hence, 1 and 2 will be the answer. 3, speculative business is business. Jockey income is also business. 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, nothing is there. The other source, only that question. Okay, friends, we can meet up in the next class. In next class, I may start either TDS, very important chapter, or I may start set off and carry forward. Those 2 chapters, compulsory in TDS chapter, 2 to 3 questions will come. In set off and carry forward, minimum 1 question will be there. Minimum. Okay. We meet up next Wednesday, probably. Next Wednesday, right? Or next Thursday. Next Thursday. Okay.
Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Please read whatever I have left, because I believe that whatever I have done here are the main things. They may ask the other things also from the chapter.
Even assessment of trust, there are things.
See, assessment of trust and all, if I start doing that one, no, it will not end, because I will have to explain many things. What is the trust? What is the registration? What are all the income exempted? How to do the computation? Everything.
Okay.
See, in income tax, question will come from most of the chapters. Most of the chapters question will be coming.
Yes, sir.
I cannot complete all the chapters. No.
Yes, sir. Correct.
You guys have to at least cooperate with me. Whatever I am not doing, you guys have to at least do.
Yes, sir.
The registration, the trust chapter and all, why I am leaving is that is not that difficult to understand, but it is the lengthy chapter. In the trust also there is one 115Q something called as one section is there, UQ something, the exit. trust dissolves, exit tax. If I do that one also, that is also lengthy chapters. See, lengthy in the sense, one way the pages are lengthy. The other way, when I say lengthy,
Provisions
the
are-
provision itself more complicated in those chapters.
Okay, sir.
It is not that easily explainable within the short time. Okay, because I need to complete the GST part also. It is also equally important. If I keep slogging here only, I may not able to complete few of the GST chapters which are more important than income tax, the rest of the chapters. You guys take a call. Do I need to go for the GST or shall I continue with the income tax after 2 to 3 chapters? Let me know. If you want me to continue, I will continue income tax. If you want me to do GST, I will go to GST. Because that is also important. GST is more lengthier than income tax. Few chapters. Okay, I have to complete that one also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please study well. Whatever possible, you study and mark those things. I mean to say, write those things so that you can keep referring those, whatever the point you have written, so that it can, it will be in your mind for longer time. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
ಸರ್
Yes. Who is
ಸರ್
this?
ಇದು ಅಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್?
ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಕಾಣ್ತೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನ್ ಸರ್ ಅನುಭವ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ನಾನು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇದು ನೋಡಿದೆ, ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ್ದು, ಇದು ಯಾರು ಮತ್ತೆ. ದಿ ಅಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಅಸೆಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ.
The valuation officer comes in the picture and in capital gains. Reference to the valuation officer means if the assessing officer feels the value of the property or value of the any asset declared by you is lesser than the fair market value, then he can refer the same to value to the valuation officer.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ? ಈಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಪೂಜಾ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್? ಎಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್. ಪೂಜಾ, ಮಾಲೂರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಾರ್ಥ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ನೋ? I need to talk in English. See, the valuation officer role is when the assessing officer feels the value declared by the assessee of the property in calculating the capital gain tax is below the fair market value, then he refer the case to the valuation officer. Valuation officer will value that property and he gives his report to the valuation officer. Based on that report, assessing officer will assess your income.
ಸೊ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ನಾವಾಗಂದ್ರೆ?
See, I don't want to get into so many.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I mean to say.
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು
ಅಲ್ಲ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the valuation officer's report is not binding on the assessing officer. If he wants, he can take, otherwise he can leave. See what has happened now. If the valuation officer's report gives the lesser value than the whatever the assessor has disclosed, if it is binding, then it becomes the loss to the revenue. Loss to the revenue is not entertainable in the Income Tax Act. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದೇನಾದ್ರು ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. That is why it is not binding on the income tax. The valuation officer may take his own time to give the valuation. Okay, what they do is income tax officer will see if the value is higher, then he will take, otherwise he will not take.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
Why I told is I will not get into few things because there are so many things involved in this. See, in nutshell, I told when to approach, what is the time limit he has to give his report, when the assessing officer has to complete the assessment, what is the time limit to complete the assessment? If the time limit bars, is there any provision for the assessing officer to reopen the case and do the assessment? All these things will come under the assessment procedure chapter. Okay, in which case, in the capital gains, the assessing officer report is binding on the assessing officer. Assessing officer, the valuation officer report. There are certain things when we go to assessment procedure chapter, when you read the assessment procedure chapter, there also comes the reference to valuation officer to value the gold, bullion, those things. Then that reference has to be taken or not, that becomes the question. There it is not binding on the assessing officer. Here in capital gains it is binding, in the other cases it is not binding. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Now it's 6:40. I am extremely sorry I took extra 10 minutes of your time. For second group, guys, please you guys can leave. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a happy weekend.
Thank you. Same to you. What happy weekend. My tuition starts tomorrow, 2 days.
So 7
Okay.
days a week you're working.
Yes, 7 days. 7 days. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
दिखाओ मम्मी, वाह, अलग ही डिजाइन है ना।
पता है कि नहीं अभी?
नहीं, क्या सरप्राइज कैसे पता होगा?
अम्मा देख सानू लाया है।
Hello, and welcome to the postgraduate program offered by the Mecom School of Business at the University of Texas in Austin in collaboration with Great Learning. My name is Kumar Muthuraman, and I'm a professor in the Mecom School of Business. It is a hands-on and application-oriented program taught by world-class faculty and mentored by industry experts. Our program will give you highly marketable skills that will have a significant impact on your career and visitor organizations that you will work for.
ये भाभी के अच्छी है ना,
बहुत अच्छी है सही।
उन पे अच्छा भी लगेगा,
डिजाइन भी कितनी अच्छी है ना, बहुत अच्छी, पसंद भी आई
है ना। उनको उनकी चॉइस ऐसी है, बहुत प्यारा है।
उसको है उसकी लेना है तो मैंने कहा चलो ले लो।
बहुत अच्छी है। पसंद किसने करी?
मैंने।
अच्छा, वो आपको डिजाइन भेज रहे होंगे।
सामने पसंद
आता
तो पायल भी करती बहुत अच्छी।
हाँ, उसकी डिजाइन बहुत अच्छी थी।
हाँ, पायल भी बहुत अच्छी।
और अच्छा, नॉर्मल चांदी, अम्मी वही पूछ रही थी, नॉर्मल चांदी आती है तो बहुत शाइन वाली होती है, तो ये एंटिक वाली कैसे पसंद की?
कैसे बताऊँ, स्टील जैसी वो वाली। हाँ,
तो आपने कैसे उसको दिमाग में रखी ये वाली चाहिए?
मुझे मतलब आंटी ने मेरा बहुत हेल्प किया है, तो वो ज्वेलरी शॉप में थी।
हाँ।
मैंने कहा पायल, तो वो मुझे ऑप्शन देखती रही। एक तो उसको मुझे पता था उसको एक मोटी चाहिए थी।
हाँ।
और एक मैंने पतली ले ली उसके
हाँ।
साथ।
तो पहना रहे थे ना, अच्छी लगा, देना चाहिए, अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा।
थक गया यार सच में। आज क्या दूं? क्या दूं?
दे दो।
अरे कुछ भी।
देखो, आपके पैकअप के बाद आप घर आ रहे हो, आपसे 2 मिनट पहले ये ऐसे फुल कोलगेट स्माइल के साथ दरवाजे पे खड़ा है। मैं इतनी भी ढ नहीं हूँ, दे दो।
नहीं कुछ नहीं, एक्चुअली मैं कुछ नहीं है, एक्चुअली थक गया हूँ बहुत ज्यादा जेन्युइनली। अच्छा बस अच्छा ठीक है मैं दे रहा हूँ। हाँ मैं दे रहा हूँ, ये लीजिए।
थैंक यू।
और दूसरी चीज मैं इन सबको तो बता चुका हूँ कि मैं
अच्छा, इनको पता है?
ये ब्लॉग के स्टार्टिंग में देख चुके होंगे। जहाँ तक मुझे याद है कि ये चीज भी आपने मुझसे बहुत पहले बोली थी कि शायद कभी मुझे लेना है ये, ठीक है। और इत्तेफाकन आपने वो अब तक नहीं लिया है। और आंखें बंद करो, आंखें जेन्युइनली आंखें बंद करो, जेन्युइनली आंखें बंद करो, जेन्युइन, मेरी कसम से। खोलो।
ये रियल है?
तो चांद वाली बोलते हैं ना इसे।
हाँ।
आपको चाहिए थी ना?
हाँ।
हाँ।
बहुत अच्छी है।
आप मुझे याद है आपने कहा था कि एक बार आपने मुझे बोला था कि शोएब अब कभी आगे चांद वाली लूंगी मैं ऐसे।
बहुत अच्छी है, थैंक यू।
रोने लगी। चल अच्छा लगा नहीं लगा?
बहुत अच्छा है। मतलब मुझे हमेशा से इयररिंग्स बहुत ज्यादा पसंद हुए करते थे, आपको पता है। मैंने सिमर में भी, मतलब जब मैंने शूट करना स्टार्ट किया तो मेरा वो बैंगल्स का और इसका हमेशा रैक रहता था। तो तब से मेरी ख्वाहिश थी कि अल्लाह करे उस लेवल पे पहुंचूं कि असली खरीदूं। ये मेरा पहला असली वाला।
ये तो मैं नीचे दिखा के आया वो भी।
बहुत ही सुंदर है यार।
सच में अभी हम लोग ने देखे, पहली बार तो मैंने ऐसा डायमंड देखा। चॉइस भी खुद से कितनी अच्छी की है, और कुछ जो क्या करा है बताओ, चेंजेस भी करा है।
तो बेसिकली मैं आरती ने ही जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, तो आरती ने 2-3 ऑप्शन भेजे। तो इसके नीचे जो है वो ग्रीन डॉट्स थे, ये क्या बोलते हैं उसको? मोती। तो मैंने उसको चेंज करवाया, मैंने कहा नहीं ग्रीन हर एक में जाएंगे, तो फिर उसने किसी और के वो करके ऐसा किया।
और वो नीचे इतने अच्छे से बता रहे हैं ना, मैंने इसका देखा, फिर मैंने इसमें नहीं जाएगा, डिटेल में बताया।
बहुत अच्छे, बहुत ही ज्यादा अच्छे। मतलब ये तो मैंने नहीं एक्सपेक्ट किया था, जेन्युइनली। ये मेरी, जैसे शोएब को नहीं हमेशा था कि अच्छी अच्छी गाड़ियां चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ग्लेयर्स का शौक है। ये मेरा था कि एक टाइम अल्लाह करे ऐसा आए कि ये हो, रियल बड़े इयररिंग्स हो।
अब मैं कान नहीं खुद पहनूंगा, कान में क्या पहनाऊंगा?
कभी कान नहीं पहना पाते, डर लगता है। बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे,
एकदम मतलब खिल रहे हैं आपके चेहरे पे।
थैंक यू, बहुत अच्छे, थैंक यू।
कैसे आंटी, ठीक हो?
ये देखो, मेरी को शोएब ने ये दिए।
कितने सरप्राइजेज मिल रहे हैं।
रियल है, अच्छे ना?
बहुत प्यारा।
बहुत।
This is the color of my portfolio every day on Wintwealth. Stocks can go down.
वो भी देखो कहाँ
है ना?
चाय बहुत अच्छी लग रही है।
बहुत 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 अच्छा। आज मेरी मतलब बहुत पहले ऐसे बहुत समय की ख्वाहिश मेरी आज शोर ने पूरी की है। थैंक यू।
अच्छे भी लग रहा है, अच्छे भी लग रहा है। बाल ऐसे करो, हाँ देखो अच्छे भी लग रहा है ना। अब नकली वाले नहीं पहन।
हाँ मैं वही बोल रही थी कि ये देखो,
पहले देख लीजिए, बहुत अच्छे लग,
बहुत अच्छे लग,
सही लग रहा है।
खुश होना
बहुत,
जिसका बर्थडे उसको खुश होना चाहिए।
बहुत ज्यादा ये चीज की ख्वाहिश अपने बहुत समय से थी, बहुत ज्यादा लेके जाती थी।
और दिल को जब पायल भी बहुत अच्छी, खुश आ गया धीरे धीरे। क्या चाहिए, माँ बहन को, परिवार के दिल खुश हो।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
पी लिए चाय, अभी मैं जाता हूँ थोड़े नीचे बैठने, तुम लोग बैठो, फिर आधे घंटे में ऊपर आता हूँ, फिर सोऊंगा, फिर सुबह शूट पे जाना है। चलो मैं जा रहा हूँ, चल अंकित, और बाकी एडिट करता होता देखो कितना हो रहा है।
हैप्पी हो या नहीं हो?
बहुत।
सफल रहा। ठीक है, हाँ बहुत पसंद आया। हाँ
तो बस अभी बर्थडे पे पहनूंगी।
स्कूल चलो जा रहा हूँ अभी। अल्लाह हाफिज़, टाटा रिजा।
No politician has ever done this with us in an audience, and we were very conscious.
ना ऐसा लग रहा है, मैं बताऊं, अभी तक भी मेरा पता नहीं क्यों थोड़ी अनइजीनेस है मेरे भीतर अभी।
इस इंटरव्यू में, लाइफ में?
नहीं अभी लाइफ इस वक्त
इस कॉन्वर्सेशन
अभी इस बातचीत में स्टेज पे, क्योंकि अब्रप्टली हुआ सब कुछ। मैं आई थिंक ऐसे ऑडियंस के बीच में 2-3 बार बातें किया हूँ, और मुझे देख के लग रहा है कि काफी पढ़े लिखे ऐसे टाइप के लोग हैं। हाँ, तो इनको कैसे एंटरटेन किया जाए।
एक इंडिगो की फ्लाइट अटेंडेंट है।
अच्छा।
एक एनजीओ में काम करते हैं यूपी बिहार में। यहाँ पे 2-4 लोग हैं जिन्होंने मुझे भी फर्स्ट टाइम ही देखा है।
अच्छा।
वो भी याद है।
आमतौर पे सिनेमा वालों का तो इंटरव्यू ज्यादातर मैच फिक्सिंग टाइप का ही होता है।
हर इंटरव्यू, सिर्फ सिनेमा वाले नहीं।
नॉट सिनेमा, हर इंटरव्यू लगभग। तो मैच फिक्सिंग है नहीं, तो मेरे को चिंता है ये क्या पूछेगा आगे।
नहीं एकदम कंफर्टेबली।
हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। पहले 28 सितंबर है। अच्छा। 28 वाला सही का है, और 5 वाला ऐसा है कि मेरे भैया गए थे शायद गांव के स्कूल में एडमिशन कराने।
ठीक है।
तो मैं इकलौता एक्टर हूँ जो ग्राम पंचायत से आता है, कस्बा भी नहीं, ब्लॉक भी नहीं। तो गांव में गए एडमिशन कराने, वो तो टीचर पूछा कि भाई कब का है जन्म, क्या लिखे? तो बोले आज सितंबर, तो महीना था।
ठीक।
तारीख याद नहीं है, घर से पूछ पता करके नहीं गए थे कि तारीख क्या है। तो टीचर ने शायद बोला होगा, मैं ये आकलन लगा रहा हूँ कि फिर सितंबर है, तारीख याद नहीं है, तो 5 सितंबर डाल दो, अच्छा है, टीचर्स डे है और सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन जी का जन्मदिन।
बिल्कुल।
तो वो 5 सितंबर डाल दिया गया पेपर में। अब चूंकि पैन कार्ड, आधार कार्ड पे सब जगह वही है, और वो पिछले 2-3 सालों से थोड़ा चर्चित अभिनेता हो गया हूँ, तो बहुत सारे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनते हैं, तो उसमें डेट ऑफ बर्थ डालना होता है, या पैन कार्ड, ये तो कहीं से निकल गई होगी किसी फिल्म कंपनी से, तो लोगों को 5 सितंबर चल गया। अब बहुत सारे लोग उस दिन मुझे शुभकामना संदेश देते हैं, मैं भी रिप्लाई जितना संभव होता है कर लेता हूँ कि और क्यों कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करना कि इस दिन न उस दिन, तो छोड़ दो। मैं आमतौर पे जन्मदिन मनाने वाला व्यक्ति नहीं हूँ।
अच्छा।
हाँ, मुझे बड़ी
कभी भी नहीं। बचपन में घर
पे पता ही नहीं था। मेरी बहन ने मेरी माँ को एक दिन फोन किया, अभी कुछ 2-4 साल पहले, कि माई तो याद बा आज हमारा जन्मदिन है, भोजपुरी हम लोग बोलते हैं। तो मेरी माँ शॉक्ड हो गई कि तुमको अपना जन्मदिन याद है।
क्योंकि उनको तो बिल्कुल नहीं याद होगा।
उनको तो मालूम ही नहीं, इसको लगा जिस दिन पैदा हुई इसको याद भी है कि मैं इस दिन पैदा हुई थी।
मतलब वो कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है ना।
कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है ना। अब गांव में जाके बाबूजी को मैं वेल दू हैप्पी बर्थडे, बाबूजी जन्मदिन की शुभकामनाएं, तो बोलेंगे हैं क्यों? तरफ वो गीता कॉलोनी के घर आमतौर पे खिड़की सिर्फ आगे होती है, इधर दूसरी दीवार, उधर दूसरी दीवार, ओपनिंग का पार्ट सिर्फ फ्रंट पे होता है। तो बाएं हाथ पे रात को ना कोई एक सितार वादक रहते थे, तो वो सितार वादक रात को ना कुछ पटना के पब्लिशर राजन के आंखों में प्यार। हाँ, तो
उस टाइप का हीरो बनना था या अभी भी बनना है?
नहीं उस टाइप को।
आपकी वेबसाइट की सिक्योरिटी इसकी नींद से ज्यादा टाइट होनी चाहिए। GoDaddy वेबसाइट सिक्योरिटी से आपकी वेबसाइट सुरक्षित बनाओ।
Hi guys, this is Kajal Agarwal and I'm here to tell you that Sephora India sale is now live. Go grab your favorites from the world's best.
वो पप्पू खोजो यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं। अच्छा। अंधों में काना राजा। अच्छा। अंधों में काना राजा।
भारत के 2 टुकड़े हो रहे हैं, वो जोड़ने में लगे हैं।
अरे उसके पिछवाड़े के 2 टुकड़े हो गए होंगे।
अच्छा। अच्छा।
भारत के टुकड़े नहीं हो सकते। और भारत के टुकड़े करने की जो सोचेगा ना हमारे को, मैं शादीशुदा हूं भाई। ए पप्पू
करके एक साथ मारेंगे, आप देख लेना, मेरा बात लिख लो, ठीक है ना। मोदी जी को ये लोग देखो, जो शेर है ना।
रवीश कुमार वो पप्पू खोजो यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं। अच्छा। अंधों में काना राजा। अच्छा। अंधों में काना राजा। अच्छा। आमिर खान को तो हमने बाइकआउट कर दिया है, अब पप्पू को भी बाइकआउट कर।
ये यहाँ पर
नागरिक हो
बात का भी जवाब दे दीजिए जब इतने बात की यार। मोदी
निर्भवती भारतीय अभ्युत्थान धर्म से तदात्मन्यम से द्रव्यम, इन सब नहीं हो। अरे मैं वही कह रहा हूँ, अगर आप डरते नहीं हो तो तुम क्यों बिकते हो? तुम तो 70 साल से बिके।
हाँ, अगर ब्रह्मास्त्र बढ़िया हुआ क्योंकि ब्रह्मा जी का नाम जुड़ा हुआ है तो ठीक है, मगर
बाइकआउट करने में लगे।
अरे सुनिए ना, ठीक है बोले, अभी आगे सुनने तो दो। ये खुश हो जाएंगे थोड़ी देर के लिए। अच्छा। कहेंगे दिल्ली का दीपक प्रचार कर रहा है। प्रचार नहीं कर रहा हूँ भाई, तुम्हारे बाप का नौकर रुका वालों ने। मन की बात मोदी के अलावा यहाँ की जनता भी कर सकती है। अच्छा। एक पप्पू बुरा लग गया ना, सीधी सी बात है हरियाणा वालों, गुजरात वालों, ये तुम्हारे को सच्ची बताऊं तो सी बनाएगा। मैं खुल के नहीं, सी समझते हो? समझ गए? समझते हो? ये सी बना।
मुझे लगता है कि अनूप जलोटा जी को घर से बाहर निकाल देना चाहिए नॉमिनेट करके, क्योंकि अपने पिक्चर की थी पार्टनर में लव गुरु था। ये मुझसे बड़े लव गुरु है।
हाँ, मैंने देखा, बहुत साल से भजन गा रहे थे, भगवान ने उनकी सुन ली। कोई रोके नहीं, कोई टोके नहीं।
मुझे लगता है कि अनूप जलोटा जी को।
So what do you think are the major mistakes, major money mistakes they make in their 20s?
Sometimes na, you know that company so much, so well, you know it's going to make money, लेकिन you don't invest enough. कौन ठीक ठाक करेगा इन्वेस्टिंग में और कौन मैसिवली अमीर बनेगा राकेश झुनझुनवाला जैसा? अल्टीमेटली इट बॉइल्स डाउन टू किसमें वो गट्स है कि वो बिग बेट कर सके उस कंपनी पे। बिकॉज एक कंपनी अगर 10 टाइम्स बढ़ना है, यू इन्वेस्ट 1 लाख और 10 लाख मेक्स ऑल द डिफरेंस। 1 लाख लगाया, आप 10 लाख पे पहुंचे, आपकी लाइफ सेट नहीं हुई। अगर आपके पास मान लो 50 लाख थे, फिर भी आपने 1 लाख लगाया, कि लाइफ सेट नहीं हुई। आपने 5 लाख लगा दिया ना, 50 लाख हो गए, आपका कैपिटल 1 करोड़ हो गया। नाउ फॉर एवर आप सड़क पे तो नहीं जाने वाले। तो वो डिफरेंस आ गया, 1 लाख लगाया कि 5 लाख लगाया। और आप लगा सकते थे, नेटवर्थ का 10% आप एक स्टॉक में लगा सकते थे। आई हैव डन दैट अ लॉट, कि मुझे दिख रहा है यार ये बढ़ने वाला है, ब्लाइंड बाय है, लेकिन सोचो यार हटाना, आज 50,000 डाल देता हूँ, कल और डाल दूंगा, परसों और डाल दूंगा। बिग मिस्टेक।
फेवरेट आइसक्रीम?
चॉकलेट।
फेवरेट ड्रेस?
साड़ी।
फेवरेट कलर?
येलो।
फेवरेट एक्टर?
आपकी पिछली पिक्चर जो थी दिलवाले, उसका सोशल बॉयकॉट हुआ था, आपको
मेरा एक सवाल।
सो बेसिकली जो मैंने व्लॉग में बोला है बट दिखाया नहीं, स्काई वो जो अभी यहाँ पर खड़ी है ना, तो ऐसे यहाँ पर खड़ी थी और वो मतलब उसका फेस यहाँ था और वो ऐसे गिरी, समझ रहा था, अपर लिप पे लगा उसको ऐसे, तो यहाँ पर स्पंज लगा के कुछ लगा के मतलब नहीं था उसका। सो बेसिकली जो मैंने व्लॉग में बोला है,
लेकिन गजब की पिक्चर है, नहीं
गजब तो है
बिल्कुल, जो चल जाए वो हिट है बॉस।
सही बात है।
कभी सोचा है उस पिक्चर में ठाकुर घर में बिजली नहीं है और जय भादुड़ी।
Name 3 Bollywood movies that have doctors or engineers in it. 3 बतानी है।
पेरेंट्स का बड़ा डर था मेरे को, लेकिन मम्मी से बहुत क्लोज था मैं।
शुरू से ही पता था कि कांग्रेस ही अपनी पार्टी है या कभी किसी और? नहीं, मेरे पिताजी समाजवादी थे। अब अभी भी एक्टिव।
अगर आप अजय से
आता माझी सटकली.
एक ट्राई करूया सर. लास्ट
कोशिश करते हैं
सर. प्लीज सेंटर से
रिपीट कर.
Which is the biggest opportunity for next decade? I think there has been no innovation in education. Oxford, Cambridge were founded in 1100, almost 1,000 years ago. Whoa. And at that time, the way they used to teach, they would come into a classroom. They would stand in front of 60 people. They would write things earlier on, an old cemented blackboard, now on a whiteboard maybe. They would say and people would listen and they would take notes. Even today, that is the same thing that happens. The system of somebody coming into a classroom and reciting, people taking notes and learning that way has not changed. How many hours can a kid spend playing a video game? You tell me. 10 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours, and they do learn something from it. Now imagine if we made education that engaging and that immersive. You can teach corporate finance in a much more gamified way. Now imagine doing this for all kinds of subjects. So making education more like games, more like simulations. That's the future of education. And there's...
तो ये बताइए आपका फेवरेट एक्टर कौन है?
द लेजेंडरी अमिताभ बच्चन.
अमिताभ बच्चन जी तो सभी के फेवरेट हैं, बट अभी जो रिसेंट एक्टर्स आए हैं यंग जनरेशन, तो ये बताइए आपका फेवरेट एक्टर कौन है?
द लेजेंडरी अमिताभ बच्चन.
अमिताभ बच्चन जी तो सभी के फेवरेट हैं, बट अभी जो रिसेंट एक्टर्स आए हैं यंग जनरेशन में, उनमें से कौन आपके फेवरेट हैं?
उनमें से 2-3 जने.
Excuse me, miss. Do you by any
हैप्पी दिवाली प्लीज. पटाखे.
देखिए, सब पतियों को ये जानना चाहिए कि बीवी जो होती है ना, उनकी आंख पीछे भी होती है, साइड पे भी होती है, सामने भी होती है, वो सब कुछ देख सकती है एट ऑल टाइम्स इन दिस थिंग. सो उनको पता नहीं था, लेकिन मुझे पता था.
लेकिन इनको कोई समझाए कि कहाँ आंख होती है, पतियों को पता होता है, और वही एक ब्लाइंड स्पॉट पे काम करते हैं. जाने ही नहीं नजर आता.
देखिए, सब पतियों को ये जानना.
I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What did you do? Like, can you show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period. During which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, this is free, why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product. But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What did you do? Like, can you show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period. During which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, this is free, why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product. But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What did you do? Like, can you show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period. During which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, this is free, why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product. But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What
So,
did you do? Like, can
I
you
tell you-
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What
So,
did you do? Like, can
I
you
tell you-
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What
So,
did you do? Like, can
I
you
tell you-
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What
So,
did you do? Like, can
I
you
tell you-
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of, like, when you were selling the insurance? What
So,
did you do? Like, can
I
you
tell you-
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. but the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of like when you were selling the insurance? What
So
did you do? Like, can
I'll
you
tell you.
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of like when you were selling the insurance? What
So
did you do? Like, can
I'll
you
tell you.
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of like when you were selling the insurance? What
So
did you do? Like, can
I'll
you
tell you.
show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent. Essentially, the script went, "Hi, my name is this." We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, "This is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product." But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at. I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance.
How did you sell at the time of like when you were selling the insurance? What
So
did you do? Like, can you
Hey, hi, Numan.
Hi.
shall we? Only for this module only because it's running late.
Okay, okay, no problem. I will show you how to.
Cannot, so that's the reason. So next, uh, okay, I've shared the screen and let me go ahead and start this. So. Okay, HBC is already done. Company law we will do later. So which one are we doing? Tax law and jurisprudence?
JHL, go ahead.
So tax I will start or jurisprudence? Which one you want me to start?
Jurisprudence.
Oh, okay. Fine. Second. How come this marked fail? 0, 0. I haven't attempted only.
I think you have attempted and didn't write it, so that's why.
No. By mistake it must have opened. That's okay. They're not anyway. They're not considering anything for this now. GIP. Oh, oops. One second. One second.